in the middle, my friend. Wait, can we switch? You stand. I don't want to be.
There you go, perfect.
No, Rebecca's in the middle. You have the most to say.
Okay, we're gonna get started. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rebecca Titus.
I'm Elena McLaughlin.
And I am Tanya LaFleur, and we are here today serving as your hosts on behalf of the nursing students of Ontario NSO.
We are excited to present to you Carnival Spice. So Carnival Spice is an award-winning fitness and entertainment company devoted to showcasing and elevating Caribbean carnival arts across the world. Black-owned and women-fueled, Carnival Spice is excited to lead RNAO's procession of leaders. Friends, please rise. And join us in welcoming our esteemed procession led by Carnival Spice.
Bring your attention back to the front, to me. Hi, everybody. We're not gonna start it like that. We're gonna get this energy-filled space looking like a carnival. That's the goal. Yeah? Sound and slide person, are you all ready? Okay. My name is Shakira. Everybody say hi, Shakira. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate this occasion with you and bring some Caribbean carnival your way. So we're gonna do a little test. I know some of you have little flags on your chairs. We're gonna get those in our hands first and foremost. Yes? Attention back at me. Don't look at the back. Don't look at the back yet. Okay, put that flag up in the air. I'll even have one too. Yeah. Woo! All right, put it down. Don't give them all the tricks yet, okay? One more test. We're gonna put it up straight. We're gonna go side. And side. And side. A little faster, side, and down. Okay, so our arms are working. We like this. DJ, give me some music. Everyone keep your eyes at me first. Hold on, let's make sure the music's ready to rock. Because you can't have carnival without soca. Everybody say soca! All right. Okay, a little louder. All right, rags up. Side. Slow, low, faster. Yes. And now we're gonna turn our attention to the back of the room and welcome our esteemed guests. Make some noise. It's a celebration. Look at them go. Yeah. have a seat. We'll take the heavy lifting over for a couple of minutes. Only a couple of minutes, though. Don't get too comfortable in that seat. Are we feeling good? I like that answer, but I'm going to say, whoop, pause, DJ, pause. Hold on, we can't give any teasers yet. The answer to all of my questions is yeah, yeah. Are we feeling good? Some of you got it wrong. Hold on, let me try that again. Are we feeling good? Are we feeling nice? Are we feeling the spice? Well, you're gonna feel even more spice. DJ, drop the music for us. We have a wonderful presentation for you today. Yeah, yeah? From the top, DJ, from the top. Yes, hold on. And in the meantime, I want you to focus on all the beautiful energy that you just created and send it to our dancers. Yeah, yeah?
Get ready to wine! Get ready to wine! Follow my ding, ding, ding.
Clap those hands! Move those feet! It's carnival! Don't be afraid to shake those shoulders! Wave those legs up, yeah! Here we go! Make some noise for Jossie! Yeah, yeah! Make some noise for Victoria! Make some noise for Charlene!
Soca Kingdom, Soca Kingdom, Soca Kingdom. Who ready? We now start. Get ready, day. Set up on start. Between on the way. We lining up, ready to charge ahead. Forward is not enough. I want you to jump up, jump like come now. We headed to downtown. Get on the railing. So much woman and trailing. Follow the big song. Get ready to mash down. All in the stadium. The whole of the kingdom. Come now, time to show me your way. Time to get on the line. I'm ready for peace. Come on, mind in the road.
Let's go. Let's wake this room back up. Here we go. It's carnival! Hey, 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 let's go! good. Woo! All right, dancers, do a little dab, yes? Because you get a break now. You get a break now, dancers. Why? That is a good question, Shar. I think we should switch the roles a little bit. Oh, there's a room full of so many beautiful people, lots of energy. I think we need about 6. Can we commit to 6? 6 volunteers to join us on the stage. We already know who number 1 is. Make some noise for Doris. Yeah. Don't be shy. Point to the person. Oh, sorry, my love. Point. You left your flag. Uh-oh. Yes, come with it. She said she wants me to sing. Hello, welcome. There are stairs and ramps on the side. Hi, don't be shy. We don't bite. Ready, you're ready. You're ready, yes. Point to the dancer in your group. I know we have nurses from all over. Yes?
I want my president.
Somebody has requested. Hold on, I want to come to the mic. Come to the mic, Doris.
We need, there is a lady here by the name Claudette Holloway.
Hold on. Can I get your attention, please?
Claudette Holloway, are you here? We need you at the podium.
Here she comes. Yes, do we want to do the round? We could do yeah. Wonderful. Yes. All right. Whoa, it's a full. I said 6 and we got way more than that. Yeah. Spread out. Come a little closer. Don't be shy. Don't hide behind me. All right. Move a little closer. Let's fill in the space. Yes?
I don't have any guy. I know that Paul Andre, I don't know if he's a Paul Andre here, but he has danced with me many.
Paul Andre, you've been called to the stage. Someone point to Paul Andre. He doesn't want to? Oh, everyone say, oh, okay. It's okay. We have a great group. Hi, everybody. I'm going to come off the stage because it's not about me. I'm just here for the vibes. Yeah. Wonderful. Come a little closer. And again, you're with a support team, so we have your back. Everyone put your right arm up in the air. If you have a flag, even better. If you don't, no pressure. Don't look at me, look at the dancers. I am the beautiful voice in the background. Almost like an ambiance. White noise, yes? All right, now put your left arm up. Perfect. So we're gonna do a little dance demo. It's super simple, lots of energy, and you're with the Carnival Spice ladies that has you covered. Doris, don't be shy now. Hold on. All right, here we go. You're gonna point 6, 7, right arm goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Everyone take a breath. You did it. Yeah, audience? Hold on, let's pick on the audience. We got volunteers dancing for you, so we're gonna need a lot more energy than that, okay? Paul, no coughing, you have to cheer. Are we ready for our dance presentation from your fellow nurse family? Yeah? All right, let's try that from the top. 5, 6, 7, and point. Yes, 2, 3, 4, nice. No more pointing, I know, everyone's so sad. The easiest part is over. We're gonna add a little clap to it called gas. We're gonna go to the right again, gas, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, you like that one? Everyone's face is lit up. Doris has a Carnival Spice sign. I love this for us. Doris, we are hiring. Yes, you are welcome to join. Thank you, Doris. From the top, points 6, 7, and 1, 2.3. Now the gases. Clap it up. Make a sound. Clap it out. One more time. Woo! Audience, they're looking good, right? Are they looking good?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Self-adjustment, I love it. Now we're gonna do, yes, high fives across the board. Can we get some more folks over towards Shar? It's a little heavy on this side where Doris is, yes? Shar, bring some more people to your side. Yeah, spacing, safety, stagger. We want everyone to go back to their seats with all their parts. Yes, perfect. I love it. Jump and whine. You're gonna put your arms up and over. Whoosh, we ready? Just like that. We missed it. 5, 6, up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. The dancers did it. Whoa! Okay, Shar, I think you took your crew to a whole different class. I like that. I like that. You can modify if you don't want to jump. Just do your arms. Yeah, yeah? 5, 6, let's try that again. Up and over. Dr. Claudette, looking good. I like it. I like it. All right, take a break. We're gonna do it from the top. Everyone breathe in and out. From the top, 6, 7, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Gas up in the air. Make a sound with it. Yeah, yeah. Jumping right. Here we go. Up and over. Look at my people. Whoa, whoa. Okay, cut. You can't give them too much. What do you think so far? How they doing?
They're doing well.
They're doing well. The audience is loving it, so let's feel that audience. Make some noise for our volunteers. And then now, volunteers, you can look at me. We're gonna do a final jump and wave. You're gonna go down, down, up, up, down, down, up, and then you're done. Take a breath. You did it. Cool? Cool. Yes! Gold stars! Gold stars. From the top, here we go. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, gas, 5, 6, 7, and we go, jump, only 2, down, down, up, down, down, up, yes! Everybody say it's carnival time! One more time from your chest, where all the joy lives. Bring it up to the atmosphere. It's carnival time!
It's carnival time!
What is your name?
I'm Morgan.
Make some noise for Morgan. We have auditions next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Don't be late, okay? She's ready. All right, one more time, no music. So that when the music comes on, we could just have fun. Yeah? No pressure, right? Free up. Everyone say free up. But do it with your body. Free up. Yes. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, gas, 5, 6, 7, jump, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, stay on the stage, down, down, up. All right, I think they're ready, y'all. DJ, next song, please. But before he goes, pause, sorry. Oh, I always ruin your life. I'm so sorry. When there's no choreography, I want you to feel your spice. Yeah, free up, get rid of that. Yeah, get it out the way, yes. Whatever you need to do, let the rhythm move you. Audience, you know what your job is, right?
We're the hype.
Woo! She's already practicing. Yes, I want to hear clapping, cheering if you want to get out of your seat. We have Dr. Claudette dancing for you today, and we're celebrating her today, so I want you cheering up and out of your seats. I'm going to say it again, up and out of your seats. Yeah, it's a carnival. Yeah. Here we go, DJ. I think we're ready now. Let's go! 5, 6, here we go and point! Yeah! Hold on, cut the music! Whoa! Clap for a volunteer. So that was the practice round. You all, let me look at you. You all look amazing. Don't get tired. That was like 13 seconds. Don't get tired. Lots of energy, yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah. I know Morgan's ready, but are we ready on this side? Hold on, what's your...
We got it. You guys know we can do this, right? Let's show them what we got.
She said, let's show them what we got. So before the music, audience, let's practice. Yeah, energy. Let's go. Let's go. DJ from the top, if you can. Introducing our dance squad. RNL. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey. 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 Whoa. Hey. Yeah. Hold on. 5, 6. One more time from the top. And play. Free up this step. Free up this step. Make some noise for Make some noise for dance! When I call your name, don't be shy. Make some noise for dance! What was that? What's that? Make some noise for Chicky! Make some noise for Angel! Make some noise for our team captain on the right side, Miss Cassie! Make some noise for Megan! Some noise for Ruth! Make some noise for Lama! Make some noise for Rhonda! Sorry, she gets a special shout out. Make some noise for the other Shakira!
Just start explaining when you see the fenders going down the road
And last,
and selling their craft.
last but definitely not least, I want all the energy. Let's rock this place. Make some noise for Captain. I can't hear you. Hey! We are Carnival Spice. We are so happy to be here to celebrate you. Hey, everybody, follow Dr. Carter. Hey, hey. Hold on, look, she said, give it a shoulder. Everybody in the audience, shoulder, shoulder. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. And congratulations on all your success. Don't leave the stage. We're going to do a quick group photo, yes? Yeah, let's come on this side. Everyone over here. Bring it in. Some of us can go on the ground. Yeah. Wonderful job. Weren't they awesome? Yeah.
Get in, everyone.
Come on over, Doc.
Get in there.
Yes.
You go up at the front.
Rhonda's not shy. Don't play with Rhonda. Rhonda was dancing on stage, right? Yeah. Can we see everybody? Doc to the center. There you go. Where's Doris? No, right here, Doris. Right here, right here. She said she follows orders once in a while. Right over here. Oh, this is beautiful. All right. Everyone in the audience say cheese. Everybody say spice. Wonderful, we got it. Thank you so much to our volunteers.
Thank you.
Yeah, she said. Wonderful job. Bye, Shakira. Amazing. All right. And again, we are.
Amazing.
We are Carnival Spice. Thank you so much for all of your attention, your energy, your love. Be sure to find us on carnivalspice.com across all social media as well. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Big up yourself! Come on, ladies.
Now it's all the boring stuff.
Thank you, Carnival Spice, for your very energizing performance. That was amazing. Board of Directors, RNAO Assembly, members, RNs, NPs, and valued nursing students, RNAO staff, and distinguished guests. Once again, we are Rebecca Titus, Tanya LaFleur, and Elena McLaughlin from the Nursing Students of Ontario. As your AGM hosts, it is our honor to warmly welcome you to the RNAO's 98th Annual General Meeting.
So let us say a word about NSO. With 8,700 members representing Ontario nursing students, focusing on their needs. Our mission is to promote, support, and empower the full participation of Ontario nursing students as a significant voice within society. We speak out for nursing students and health. In collaboration with provincial stakeholders, through political action, professionalism, and research, we ensure the best possible healthcare for now and the future. We value human dignity, inclusivity, and diversity amongst our members. We are dedicated to improving the visibility of nursing students and advocate on their behalf.
Over the next 3 days, RNAO will highlight outstanding accomplishments showcasing how we, as a collective committed group of members, have advanced nurses, health, and healthcare issues, driving change through unity and action. That's the title of our AGM and reflects what RNAO and its members is all about. You will hear from our president, Dr. Claudette Holloway, who will preside over RNAO's 98th Annual General Meeting. And you will hear from our CEO, Dr. Doris Grinspan, tomorrow morning about the incredible work RNAO has accomplished provincially, nationally, and internationally over the last year.
Tomorrow, we will also see nursing engagement in action as we discuss the well-researched and member-developed resolutions that the consultation representatives will vote on during the consultation session. This is the first time since 2019 that RNAO has an in-person AGM. Throughout the AGM, let's remember to stop and care for ourselves. Let's have fun through networking during our breaks, the student leadership luncheon, the president's banquet, and there are still tickets for the leadership luncheon and the president's banquet, so we encourage you to attend.
On Saturday, there will be additional networking opportunities at the 9 interest group meetings from 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. We also invite you to attend the closing keynote panel delivered by the Health Equity in Focus Consortium, titled, "Have You Ever Been Discriminated Against?" A participatory session for reflection and action. This will be an opportunity to discuss in a supportive environment the challenging issues of systemic racism and discrimination in our profession and in healthcare. So colleagues, enjoy, and actively participate in the AGM as we celebrate the RNAO's powerful voice, speaking out for nursing and speaking out for health.
We will now pass the baton on to the RNAO President, Dr. Claudette Holloway, who will preside over these proceedings. So Dr. Claudette Holloway, for those who don't know why now, was born in Barbados, grew up in Birmingham, England, and has resided in Canada for many years. She has a bachelor's degree from Ryerson, a master's degree in nursing from Duville College in Buffalo, New York, and a doctorate in health administration from the University of Phoenix. She is also recently certified as a health executive by the Canadian College of Health Leaders. Prior to her Canadian experience, Claudette was a registered nurse, past midwife, and member of the management team at East Birmingham Hospital in England, United Kingdom. In Canada, Claudette has more than 35 years of nursing experience, including 10 years of leadership as a program manager with Toronto Public Health, district administration for St. Elizabeth Visiting Nurses in Toronto, and nurse manager at the John Noble Homes for the Aged in Brantford, Ontario. Claudette has also taught as a sessional instructor in undergraduate programs for the Ryerson University School of Nursing, York University, and the Centennial College Collaborative Program. Claudette is the inaugural executive director for JCAN, a charitable philanthropic organization that supports seniors programs and housing. She is passionate about promoting the nursing profession, decreasing and eliminating anti-Black racism and all forms of racism and discrimination in the nursing and healthcare system, advancing health programs for the most vulnerable, and facilitating an equity lens approach to advance nursing and healthcare. Dr. Holloway, please take the podium. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Rebecca, and the nursing students of Ontario for hosting RNAO's 98th Annual General Meeting. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the land on which we gather. We recognize that our work and the work of our members takes place on traditional Indigenous territories across Ontario. We also wish to acknowledge that the office of the RNAO and this hotel are located on the traditional and unceded territory of the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the territories of the Mississauga of the Credit. The territory was the subject of the Dish with One Spoon, Wampum Bell Covenant, which is an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and the Ojibwe and allied nations to peaceably share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 under the Toronto Purchase Agreement with the Mississaugas of the Credit. We also recognize that participants of today's opening ceremonies are located on many traditional lands across Ontario. Today, these lands are still home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on this territory. By personally making a land acknowledgement, we are taking part in an act of reconciliation, honoring the land and Indigenous heritage which dates back over 10,000 years. We should all learn about the land we reside on and the territories that are attached to it. Land acknowledgements are an act of reconciliation, and we must all do our part. Thank you. I'm going to ask you to... Let's stand up and sing, O Canada. Thank you. Over the next 2 days, and in the company of over 600 RNs, nurse practitioners, and nursing students, other health professionals, and members of the public, we will take great pride in celebrating RNAO's numerous accomplishments achieved together in the past year. The theme for this year's annual general meeting is Change Through Unity and Action. It captures what we are, a professional association dedicated to speaking out for the advancement of the nursing profession and that of individual RNs, nurse practitioners, and nursing students. Our goal is to influence positive change for our profession, the health system, and the health of communities in which we live, work, and play. Over the next few days, you will see examples of our amazing accomplishments over the last year. For that, I thank you profoundly. Our engaged members, our value-driven board directors, and our value-driven, evidence-based, and courageous CEO with her expert staff and our esteemed partners make a big difference. Let me now introduce our special guests for tonight. First of all, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Doris Greenspan, RNAO esteemed Chief Executive Officer. We also welcome our 2022 and 2023 Board of Directors, so please hold your applause until everyone has been named. Claudette, your president. Morgan Hoffarth, immediate past president. Maybe you should stay. Yes, that's nice. Yeah. Rachel Elliott, Region 1. Joseph Lawson, Region 2. Michelle Hare, Region 4. Lori Weeble Edgar, Region 5. Peroska Bata, Region 6. Dr. Soyan Cito, Region 7. Kathleen Picard, Region 8. Deborah Lefebvre, Region 9. Ellen Shipman, Region 10. Maxine Lesage, Region 11. Lamo Dalkar, Interest Group Rep. And we have another rep, but they're not able to be here tonight. Rebecca Titus, our student representative, and Dr. Doris Greenspan, RNAO CEO. That is the board. Let's have the applause. We also welcome RNAO's past presidents. Again, hold your applause until everyone has been named. Morgan Hoffarth, right away. Dr. Irma-Jean Banyak. Dr. Angela Cooper-Brathwaite. Yes. Rhonda Seidman Carlson. Carol Timmins. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now we have the Lifetime Achievement Awards recipients. Again, please hold your applause. Una Ferguson. Joyce Fox. Dr. Paul-Andre Gauthier. Ruth Lee. Kathy Moreland. And Hilda Swirsky. And we have an honorary member, Greta Meekis. Next, I will introduce the official representatives from each party in the provincial parliament. Again, hold your applause. Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, the Honorable Sylvia Jones. You're going to get double, so that's okay. That's good. Okay. Leader of the official opposition and leader of the New Democratic Party of Ontario, Marit Stiles. Interim leader of the Ontario Liberal Party, John Fraser. And leader of the Green Party, Mike Schreiner. Thank you also to other members of provincial parliament and other government friends here tonight. Hold your applause until everyone has been named. I missed that one. All right. We also have Lisa McLeod, MPP for Nepean, Patricia Barnes, MPP for Ajax, Charmaine Williams, MPP for Brampton Centre, and Nancy Piroff Johnson from the Ministry of Long-Term Care. We also, let's give them a round of applause. Why don't we? We also have Consulate General, Mr. Fernando Morales Godoy. Why not? Why not? We also have representatives from our stakeholder partners, Mariam Botros, Diane Martin, Registered Practical Nurses Association of Ontario, Natalie Mera, Ontario Health Coalition, Leslie Thompson, Accreditation Canada. Okay, there. And then we have business sponsors, Owen and Andrelovic from Hub International. So now we can give. So welcome everyone, and thank you for coming this evening to share this wonderful celebration. RNAO is delighted to have, as always, representatives from Ontario's political parties in office. We are proud to hear from the 4 political parties represented in the Ontario Legislature. First, as customary, we will hear from the governing party. I now want to introduce our Deputy Premier of Ontario and Minister of Health, the Honourable Sylvia Jones. Unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts, Premier Doug Ford was unable to attend tonight, so thank you, Minister of Health, for being here. Sylvia Jones served as a member of Provincial Parliament for Dufferin-Caledon. She is currently Ontario's Deputy Premier and Minister of Health, where her focus is building a strong healthcare system for all Ontarians. Minister Jones has worked with healthcare partners from across Ontario to provide faster access to care and more options for care in the community, to make it easier and faster for healthcare workers trained in Ontario, other provinces, and internationally to register and practice in Ontario, to expand pharmacists' scope of practice to prescribe and treat, and advance 50 hospital redevelopment projects that will create more than 3,000 new hospital beds within the next 10 years. Minister Jones previously served as a Solicitor General from 2019 to 2022. Minister Jones lives in Dufferin-Caledon for over 30 years with her husband, David. Come to the podium, Minister.
Well, thank you very much, Claudette. So Merritt and I were just discussing it, and John, Mike, if you want to start the next Parliament, Merritt and I will be there cheering that parade. It's all up to you. So good evening, everyone. On behalf of Premier Ford and our entire government, I would like to thank all of you at the Registered Nurses Association of Ontario for inviting me to participate this evening. 98 years, 98 AGMs, is that years? That's amazing. Congratulations. The RNAO has a strong history of advocacy and education in the province of Ontario that you should be proud of. And I want to continue and thank you for your advocacy on behalf of Ontario's registered nurses, nurse practitioners, and nursing students. And to this year's Best Practice Spotlight organization, congratulations on your innovative work in communities across Ontario. I also want to recognize Claudette, Doris, and the RNA leadership for all that you do for your members. You know, I understand and appreciate how challenging it can be to be asked to serve on another board, and the fact that you are doing this for the betterment of your community, of your organization, of your members really speaks to your commitment. So thank you, board members. We are very fortunate to have some of the most dedicated and highly trained nurses in the world working right here in Ontario. You step up day in, day out, and keep communities across the province safe and healthy, and we cannot thank you enough for everything you do. Back in February, our government released Your Health, a plan for connected and convenient care. A plan that focuses on improving the healthcare experience of Ontarians by growing our healthcare workforce and connecting people to the care they need closer to home. Over the last several years, we have made progress. We've expanded Ontario's health workforce by more doctors, nurses, and personal support workers. Just last year, the College of Nurses of Ontario set a record of nearly 13,000 new nurses registered to work in Ontario, a historic high, including nearly 6,000 internationally educated nurses. And since 2018, more than 60,000 new nurses have registered to join Ontario's workforce. But we know there's more to do. We are expanding access to training for nurses over the next 2 years by adding up to 500 registered practical nurses, 1,000 registered nurses, and 150 nurse practitioner training spots to help create faster access to primary care. And we're proud to have RNAO's support on this. We know there are many healthcare workers across the country and the world who want to live and work in Ontario. That is why our government passed legislation to make it easier and faster for these professionals to begin working and providing care to people in Ontario. With new as-of-right rules, Ontario is the first province in Canada to allow physicians, nurses, and registered therapists and medical lab techs registered in other provinces and territories to immediately start working, caring for patients without having to first register with one of Ontario's health regulatory colleges. This further breaks down bureaucratic barriers that have made it difficult for qualified healthcare workers to practice and live in Ontario. We are also providing funding to hire over 3,100 internationally educated nurses to work under the supervision of regulated health professionals, providing them an opportunity to meet the registration requirements they need to become fully certified to practice in Ontario. And I know that's something in particular that Doris and I spoke about, I think probably on day one of my new role. We are continuing to support small, rural, and remote communities who face unique challenges recruiting and retaining nurses and other healthcare workers. With the Ontario Learn and Stay grant program, we are helping these communities build their nursing workforce by covering the cost of tuition, books, and other direct educational costs for post-secondary students who enroll in nursing programs in more than a dozen growing and underserved communities and commit to working in those communities for a term of service when they graduate. We also recently expanded this program to include paramedics and medical lab techs to help ensure that when Ontarians visit their local hospital, community lab, or need emergency health services, they have access to a stabilized workforce of qualified professionals. The RNAO and our government are aligned in our mission in the need to grow our health workforce, including nurses, not just for today, but for future generations. There will be times when we may not see eye to eye on every single issue, but we will continue to work with the RNAO and its leadership to increase the number of nurses working in Ontario. With 30,000 students currently studying nursing at an Ontario college or university, in addition to the initiatives I've outlined this evening that are bringing nurses off the sidelines and into the health system, I want to reassure you that reinforcements are on the way. I truly believe that the future of nursing is bright. As nurses, you have a significant number of options when it comes to where and when you want to work, and we will never put limits on these options. We continue to take action to strengthen all aspects of healthcare in our great province. And rest assured, our government will continue to work with the Registered Nurses Association of Ontario and other healthcare partners to ensure that Ontarians have access to the nurses they need when and where they need them. Thank you again. I wish you a very successful evening. Stay well, everyone.
Thank you so much, Minister Jones, for joining us. We now turn to greetings from the Minister of Long-Term Care, Minister of Legislative Affairs, the Government House Leader, Paul Calandra. We thank Minister Calandra for participating in several RNAO events during the last year, but today he had a major conflict and has sent us a video.
I want to thank the RNAO for providing me with the opportunity to speak to everyone at today's AGM. Firstly, I'd like to begin by recognizing the RNAO for the important role you play representing nurses and advocating for an improved provincial healthcare system. A very special thank you to Dr. Holloway and the entire RNAO Board of Directors, and of course, a very big thank you to Dr. D, who is truly passionate and tireless advocate who I can personally attest is never afraid to say what's on her mind and is always fighting to improve Ontario's healthcare system. I also want to extend a huge thank you to every nurse across Ontario for the work you do every day to care for Ontarians. At the center of our long-term care system, you serve as our courageous front line. You bring together tremendous resilience, dedication, and compassion to deliver an exceptional level of care to residents you care for. You know firsthand the challenges we face and why it's so important that we continue to move forward with our plan to fix long-term care. By building 58,000 new and upgraded long-term care beds and hiring thousands of additional nurses to implement a nation-leading standard of 4 hours of care per resident per day, we're building a system that will deliver the care our residents need and deserve. But we can't do this alone. We're only going to be successful if we work together, and the RNAO has always been a great partner for the Ministry of Long-Term Care. This partnership works because we share a common goal: building a healthcare system that works for all, a healthcare system that works for all Ontarians, a system that connects people with the care they need when and where they need it. And it's because of that commitment that we're expanding support for the RNAO's Clinical Decisions Support Tool program to help ensure that every long-term care home in the province has the opportunity to take advantage of the best practices guideline developed by the RNAO. This program will make a real difference to residents across the province, resulting in better outcomes and improved quality of life for residents. So again, on behalf of myself and the Government of Ontario, I want to thank the RNAO for providing me with the opportunity to speak to you today. I look forward to continuing to work together on our shared mission to build a better, stronger, long-term care system for all Ontarians. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Paul Calandra. Let me now introduce NDP's leader, Marit Stiles. Marit Stiles is the new leader of the Ontario's New Democrats and leader of the official opposition. She has been the member of Provincial Parliament for Davenport since 2018. Prior to this, she represented the area as public school trustee. Prior to becoming leader, Ms. Stiles served as education critic for the official opposition, partnering with education workers and parents to protect public education. Before entering elected office, she fought to strengthen Canada's arts sector and stood up for the cultural sector workers. Born and raised in Newfoundland, Ms. Stiles moved to Ontario to study. She lives in Toronto with her partner Jordan, where they have raised their 2 daughters. I now invite the Leader of the Opposition to join us on the podium.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. I want you to know that I spent the entire day today, I insisted on being in my riding, which I haven't been in as much, I don't know, over the last 4 months for some reason. And because it's graduation day and so many of the schools out there, all the little kindergartens and the grade 6s and the grade 8s are graduating. And can I just tell you, I thought there was a lot of excitement in those classrooms and in those gyms, but then I saw the opening here. And I was Wow, that's a lot of energy. All right, so good for you. And and thank you so much for the invitation to attend today, your 98th AGM. I mean, if this is the excitement at 98, I am definitely going to be here in 2 years, okay? I also wanted to say, and I left my little pride flag, but happy Pride, everybody. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nice touch. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here with all of you RNs and NPs and student nurses, and a big shout out, of course, to Claudette and Doris and the entire board. It really is wonderful. I know that over the next couple of days, you're going to have very important conversations about the opportunities that exist to improve the nursing profession for today's workforce and for the next generation of nurses. And I want you to know that your Ontario NDP official opposition team has been having similar conversations, and we're looking forward to learning more from you and from other healthcare workers about how we can improve healthcare for everybody, starting with staffing. And, you know, I want to be very, very clear. There's no question in my mind that the crisis in healthcare right now is a human resource crisis. Yeah. And it is, you know, I'm going to get a little political, of course. You won't be surprised. But, you know, I want to also to mention to all of you that it's been really important to me over the last 4 months since I took on this role to be able to get out across the province, even when the legislature was often sitting, and to meet with so many of you. And I want to thank you so much to you and your RNAO colleagues for taking the time to sit down with me, to share what's going on in your workplaces, to communicate to me the moral distress that so many of you are experiencing on the job. And I want to thank you very much, because it's not an easy thing to talk about, and I really do appreciate it. But there's a few things, you know, that we already know, a few principles that are bedrock to me and to us as New Democrats, beliefs that I know many of you and your colleagues share. We believe in publicly funded, publicly delivered health care for all. We believe that emergency rooms should remain open so Ontarians can get the care when they need it by having more staff available at every shift. And we believe in fixing long-term care to benefit residents and workers alike. We believe we need to treat the opioid overdose crisis like the public health emergency it is. Yeah. We believe in investing in community care, hiring more nurse practitioners. And we believe in holding employers accountable for any violence or discrimination that a nurse or any other healthcare worker may experience at work. Yeah. And I want you to know that my colleague, France Jalina, many of you know France, she's an incredible health critic, and she has a bill on that issue right now before the legislature. We also believe, and we believe this strongly, and we will continue to stand up, in ending the appeal of the decision on Bill 124. It is not too late to stop taking nurses and other public sector workers to court and to give you the fairness and the respect that you deserve. Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know, and you know what? Thank you to all of you for standing up for those rights. I truly believe they're going to lose their appeal, but the cost to our healthcare system over the last few years to fight that fight in the courts, to suppress those wages, we will be suffering as a result of that for many years. But the principles that I just talked about, the solutions, they are doable. They're actionable. It's not just about whether or not you want, it's about priorities. The money is there, but this is about priorities. It means listening to the experts, all of you, about what you need and what we need to do differently here in this province, because you know, as well as I do, that solving the healthcare staffing crisis isn't brain surgery, although it helps with that. You just need to pay nurses what they deserve. You need to better their working conditions, and they need to be supported when they are on the job. And that is how you retain the nurses that we need in this province and recruit more into this very difficult but very rewarding profession. Now, I know I really have to mention this, or I'm going to get in trouble with Doris. Nurses in Ontario, and indeed nurses all over the world, are doing incredible work, and often in really difficult circumstances. We know it's not just here, and I am looking forward tonight to hearing about this year's, and I was corrected, I thought it was 18, but it's 20 BPSOs later on, those who have worked very, very hard over the last 3 years to develop evidence-based culture, improve patient care, and advance the whole profession forward. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm also looking forward to having a chance to chat with all of you tonight, and hopefully on the road in the future. I've been in this role for 4 months and 10 days, something like that. And in that time, the legislature was sitting almost the entire time, but I managed to still get to 47 ridings around this province in those 4 months. Yeah, and I am coming to your community very, very soon. And I am really looking forward to having more of those conversations, because we all know how much nurses, nurse practitioners, and nursing students mean to our province, and that there's a lot of opportunity for change through unity and through action. I'm looking forward to working together with you on that. Thanks again for your very kind invitation to be here with you today. And I hope you have a wonderful AGM, and I'll see you at Pride. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marit, for joining us at this year's opening ceremonies. Next, I'd like to introduce the interim leader of the Ontario Liberal Party, MPP John Fraser. John Fraser is the interim leader for the Ontario Liberal Party and the MPP for Ottawa South. He was born and raised in Elmvale Acres and Alta Vista, and has been an active volunteer in a number of local organizations and initiatives. After the 2014 election, he was mandated to support the development of a comprehensive strategy for palliative and end-of-life care in Ontario, a cause he continues to passionately support. Having lived in Ottawa South his whole life, John cares deeply about the community and is proud to serve as the provincial representative. As an MPP, he is focused on strengthening Ontario's world-class healthcare system, investing in schools and student success, developing jobs and a strong economic situation, supporting seniors and the most vulnerable in the community, as well as protecting the environment. Welcome, MPP Fraser.
Thank you so much. Bonjour tout le monde. Je suis très fier d'être ici avec vous. I'm really happy to be here with you this evening. And it's always, we were talking about this earlier, it's always embarrassing as a politician, you sit and listen to your bios, right? And you wonder what bios people got. And then sometimes they go on a bit longer because somebody gave them a longer bio. But thank you so much. That was really quite wonderful. And I like that shout out for palliative care. So who was that back there? Way back there. A bit more about that later. I'm really happy to be here with you this evening, and I'm here for two reasons. Because I love you all. First off, well, you all know I'm a son of a nurse, a very proud son of a nurse. So I just want to thank each and every one of you and all your members for the care that you provide to people every day of the year. I know what it means. And I'd also like to congratulate RNAO on 20 years of BPSO. That was pretty impressive. I'm not going to go into this story, but the first time I met Doris was at a BPSO event. So the night before, I studied so I could impress Doris. And I did. And I was so happy about that. So happy. It helped me a little bit in those troubled times that Doris and I once in a while had, which weren't bad. She was just fighting for the right thing. The second reason I'm here, and it's really important to me, is I'm the son of a nurse. And thank you. So last week, our primary care lead to the extended family and our mom left. She left us. She was 91. And she passed away. Don't be sad, because she got the kind of care that she gave. She got the kind of care that she gave. People were incredible. Her kids were incredible. She was incredible. She stayed at home after a stroke for 4.5 years. And, you know, we all worked hard, but she worked harder than the rest of us to make that happen. And caregivers, the nurses, the PSWs, the people who came to help, was really quite incredible. So it's a beautiful thing. So I'm not sad. I will be sad. I'm sad every once in a while, but I'm actually really happy and impressed with what we can do in our healthcare system. And so now I've just lost where I was going to go right after that, because I just said something I didn't plan on saying. So I'm not going to tell you a bunch of stories about my mom, about how in 1955 she got a $1,500 scholarship to Western for public health, which was a pretty big deal, or how she helped a peacekeeper who had lost both his legs get the courage to get up and walk again. Two stories. The first story is, when I was in my 20s, my mom was still working at NDFC, National Defense Medical Center. And she used to work shift, evenings, and overnights and days. So on the evenings and the overnights, when my dad couldn't, I would go and pick her up at night or first thing in the morning. And I always had to make sure I had enough gas in the car. Because I get there at 11, and I'd have to be sitting, especially in the winter. It didn't matter as much in the summer. The car would be running till 11:30, 11:35, 11:45. But I couldn't go at 11:30 because there'd be that one single time she'd get out and I wouldn't be there, right? So, so she just taught me about the duty of care and the duty and the responsibility of care and the duty to finish your work. You know, it was a different time. She wasn't getting paid to do that. She was staying beyond the end of her shift. So that left an impression on me in my 20s. And the second, that's an old story. So here's a new story. Let me go back to this for a second. I forgot a piece. For the first story about my mom staying late. That's happening right now across Ontario because of the shortages, because of the pandemic. So I know that you're all doing that right now, more than you've probably ever had to do it. So I want to thank you for that. And I want to recognize that that's what's happening in our healthcare system. Now that I've got it right, the second story. The second story is about 1.5 years ago, I'd never asked my mom this. I said, Mom, why did you become a nurse? Just tell me why. Like, how did that happen? Mom, you skipped 2 grades in school, really loved history. So how did she end up becoming a nurse? She said, verbatim, they paid me. They paid me. And that connects to what we're talking about today. 2 things. The government needs to pay you, right? They pay you what you're worth. They need to do that. They need to respect you. And the second thing is, you know, we have this nursing crisis where we don't have enough nurses. We don't have healthcare people, right? Well, in 1955, at the peak of the baby boom, they were really innovative. They said, we need more nurses. What are we going to do? Well, let's pay them. Not that complicated, right? So those are the kind of ideas, simple, straightforward ideas that we need to do right now. And I've seen some little things in the government doing some things to be supportive of that, but you can't do it incrementally. We've got a big problem. Big problems, big solutions. Want more nurses? Pay them. That simple. Thank you very much. Have a great AGM.
Thank you, John, for being with us here tonight. Thank you. So let me now introduce you to MPP Mike Schreiner. Mike is the leader of the Ontario Green Party. He was elected in 2018's provincial election with a resounding 45% of the vote as the party won its first seat at Queen's Park. Mr. Schreiner was elected leader of the Ontario Green Party in 2009. Under his leadership, the party has experienced substantial growth in its voters, fundraising, staff, volunteers, media exposure, reaching its highest support levels in the 2018 election. A successful entrepreneur and small business owner, he is a leading advocate for small businesses, local food, and sustainable communities. Family and community are important to Mr. Schreiner, who enjoys spending time with his wife, Sandy, and their 2 daughters.
Thank you, everyone. It's such an honor to be here tonight to join you for your 98th AGM. And John, before you go, I just want to wish you all the best tomorrow. It says a lot that you're here tonight on the eve of your mom's funeral, and I think all of our hearts are with you. It is a special night to be back in person and not doing this event online. I just want to say how much I deeply admire the leadership of RNAO President Dr. Claudette Holloway, RNA Doris Greenspan, CEO Doris Greenspan, who I always say is a force of nature when it comes to advocating for nurses. And just a sincere thank you for each and every member of the RNAO for your steadfast commitment to building a more inclusive and caring Ontario. For your advocacy for patient-centered care in all parts of our healthcare system, for your numerous evidence-based studies on how to fix our long-term care system, for the evidence you bring, and it was an honor to write an op-ed with Doris about how we treat the opioid crisis as a public health emergency, centering people in care and community first and foremost. One of the things I admire so much about the work that the RNAO does is it's not only about advocating for a publicly funded, publicly delivered healthcare system. It's not, oh please, yes, give yourselves a pat on the back. It's not only about advocating for the nurses and frontline healthcare workers who are just vital and essential in the backbone of that system, but it's also about your steadfast commitment to advocating for addressing the social and environmental determinants of health. I've always admired RNAO's position that, you know what, healthcare is addressing the homeless crisis. Healthcare is doubling social assistance rates and ending legislative poverty in this province. Healthcare is about having clean air to drink, or clean water to drink and clean air to breathe. And so the commitment I make, and I believe all the opposition parties make, is that we will stand with you and fight for fair wages, fair benefits, and better working conditions. And we will continue to push this government to stop wasting our precious tax dollars appealing an unconstitutional Bill 124, which let's be clear, after everything that all of you have given to caring for our loved ones, to advocating for a healthcare system that centers our loved ones front and center, to going above and beyond the call of duty during the pandemic when so many people could work from home, you went into work each and every day, putting your families at risk, putting yourselves at risk. And the least thing that this government, that the people of Ontario can do for you is to pay you back with fair wages, fair benefits, and better working conditions. You know, you measure a society based on how you care for the people who care for your loved ones. And that's why we've got to have your back as we move forward. And yes, we can have positive change through unity and action. And so I know that you are going to bring the leadership to improving our publicly funded, publicly delivered healthcare system. And Ontario Greens will stand with you each and every step of the way. So thank you for the amazing work that you do. Thank you for inviting me to be here with you. And not only have a great AGM, but have a happy Pride. I hope you all stick around Sunday to march in the Pride Parade with those of us who are going to be here. Thanks and have a wonderful AGM.
Thank you, Mike, for participating in these opening ceremonies. Now let us hear from our nursing colleagues. The International Council of Nurses represents nurses worldwide, and in 1 week it holds its Congress in Montreal. Welcome back to Canada, ICN. Many RNAO best practice spotlight organizations from around the world will be in Montreal, and together we will be presenting close to 30 papers and posters. For those who will be at ICN, I invite you to visit the webpage RNAO@ICN with the program of sessions. RNAO will hold a full-day session on July the 6th, immediately after ICN, with BPSOs from Canada, Australia, Chile, China, Spain, to share our collective expertise. Whoa, that's quite a list. We're impacting worldwide. We invite those of you who will be at the ICN Montreal to join us on July the 6th and witness the energy and pride. Let me now turn to greetings from ICN. Dr. Pamela Soprano is the president of ICN. A former vice president of ICN, Dr. Soprano also serves as dean of the University of Virginia School of Nursing and was president of the American Nurses Association from 2014 to 2018. She is abroad tonight and has sent a letter, which I will read to you now. Now, it's a little bit of a long letter, but if somebody takes the time to write a letter, I'm reading all of it. Dear colleagues and esteemed guests, I am delighted to send you greetings on behalf of the International Council of Nurses and your colleagues across the world. Congratulations on convening your 98th Annual General Meeting with the theme, Change Through Unity and Action. We share your joy in being able to come together in person after 4 years to design and initiate actions to support the workforce and continue to strengthen the nursing profession. As many of you know, ICN is a federation of national nursing associations across the world. We work to ensure quality nursing care, promote sound health policies globally, advance the profession, and promote the well-being of nurses. We advocate for the profession by ensuring that nurses' voices are heard at the highest level of international and national decision and policy making. The watchword for my presidency is influence, which guides our work to strengthen ICN's and nurses' ability to influence health policy so that nurses are the leader in delivering health care for all. A key example of our advocacy agenda is the recent release of our Charter for Change, which calls on governments to establish healthcare policies that will create a sustainable global healthcare system with a better future for nursing and healthcare. The Charter builds on the 2023 International Nurses Day theme, Our Nurses, Our Future, a campaign that demands action to value, protect, respect, and invest in nurses to transform and sustain safer and more responsive health systems. I know you share these same aspirations. I hope you are planning to join us on July 1 to 5 in Montreal for our Congress, where you can continue to exchange ideas with colleagues from around the world as we address pressing issues and showcase the contributions of nurses to elevating health, securing health equity, and rebuilding the nursing workforce for the future, among other important topics. ICN congratulates RNAO for its continued leadership on evidence-based practice through your expanding influence with your Best Practice Guidelines program, as well as the growing number of Best Practice Spotlight organizations. Congratulations on this year's 20th anniversary of the BPSO program. We look forward to the many papers and posters that will be presented at the Congress by BPSO members from around the world. On behalf of ICN, I thank you for your many contributions to improving nursing and healthcare. I wish you all the best for a successful meeting. Sincerely, Pamela F. Ciprano. Wonderful, wonderful message. It's always a pleasure to hear from our colleagues at ICN. We will now hear from Sigma, known to most of you as STTI. Sigma, the second largest nursing organization in the world, has more than 135,000 active members in more than 90 countries. Membership is by invitation to baccalaureate and graduate nurses who demonstrate excellence in scholarship and to nurse leaders exhibiting exceptional achievements in nursing. Our esteemed CEO, Dr. Greenspan, served for 4 years in this international board of directors of Sigma. Dr. Kenneth Dion is the president of Sigma. He is a nurse entrepreneur and a scholar in the United States. Dr. Dion has sent us a video message tonight. Let's welcome Dr. Dion.
Hello, I'm Ken Dion, President of Sigma Theta Tau Honor Society of Nursing. On behalf of the Board of Directors, staff, and our members worldwide, I bring you greetings and warm wishes for your 98th Annual General Meeting. Wow, 98 years. That's amazing. Sigma recently celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2022. And I congratulate you as you near this historic milestone. As both our organizations look forward to the next 100 years, I celebrate your contributions to our profession as you continue speaking out for nursing and speaking out for health. You speak out for nursing through your Best Practice Guideline program that provides solid, evidence-based guidelines to improve practice and patient outcomes. You speak out for nursing in your sure-footed policy advocacy, ensuring the knowledge and expertise of nurses is recognized and valued, and nurses can practice to the full extent of their license in safe environments. You speak out for nursing by confronting racism and otherism, celebrating nurses who have historically been marginalized and recognizing the unique perspectives they bring to our important work. You speak out for health as you advocate for prevention, health promotion, and comprehensive harm reduction for those struggling with substance abuse disorders. You speak out for health as you strengthen social and environmental determinants of health particularly for those with disabilities. And finally, you speak out for health by demanding action on the climate crisis. The wildfires and their impact on air quality this year have made this crisis perfectly clear. This is a cause that is near and dear to my heart, so much so that I included it in the Sigma organizational call to action. In our shared profession, on the only planet we will ever have, we must work together to impact this global challenge. In closing, I want to share the 3 virtues considered most important by Sigma's founders. Those are love, courage, and honor. You show love for your colleagues and patients by speaking out on their behalf. You have courage to speak the truth of your convictions, and you honor our profession and our planet through your important efforts. Once again, congratulations, and we wish you a very productive meeting.
Thank you, Dr. Kenneth Dion and Sigma, for your warm greetings. It is now my pleasure to invite RNAO's CEO, Dr. Doris Grinspan, the founder and visionary of RNAO's world-renowned Best Practice Guidelines and the Best Practice Spotlight organizations. Come to the podium.
What can I say? When the world over knows about our program, I don't think I need to say anything except of celebrate the BPSOs. You heard ICN, you heard Sigma, and the world over, they know about our program. But before we start with our program, I want to speak about 2 people here. One of them is Kathy, please stand up. And when people speak with us about the opioids crisis, for me, it's about Austin, it's about Kathy, and Austin is her son that she lost. So I want to recognize that. Two years, I remember, 3. And when I speak about ODSP, for me, it's not theory either. I want to have Yuna standing up. And for me, it's about Scott, someone that should not live in poverty, because if you are recognized as needing a program because you have a disability, how dare do we have people living in poverty? So to both of you and any other nurse in this room that either suffers substance use, or any other person in this room that lives or their family lives in poverty, or any other person that is suffocating in the fires that make our cities horrible, and to my grandson here, whom I thank deeply for coming and being here today. I promise you we will keep fighting, so you have a future. To you. I turned the page because I got too emotional about all of that. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, some things are not theory for us. Some things are real. Pride, for some of us, is real. Climate change, for some of us, when we see our grandkids, and when we see people as young as Morgan or Rachel, is real. This is not about tomorrow. For me, maybe it's not as real, but for you guys it is. Poverty and seeing your kids living in poverty, or your neighbors or whoever in a country as rich as this one, is real. And anything else is real. So yes, we will celebrate BPSOs but at RNO, we do it all. And I was very impressed and inspired that perhaps the 4 years I spent at Sigma, in addition to everything else I did at that time, away from the family, when I hear colleagues like Ken Dion recognizing what we do, then maybe we are making a real difference with BPSOs, with BPGs, and with everything else. So now we will celebrate, and we will celebrate big time our BPSOs. Buenas noches, good evening to all of you. A pleasure to be with you. I am absolutely so very excited to be here tonight. It is a pleasure to designate and notice all the politicians are afraid of not remembering the number. That's good too. 20 BPSOs this evening, 18 from across Ontario, 1 specialty BPSO host, and 1 international BPSO host. Before we begin, I want to recognize and ask Heather McConnell to join me at the podium, please. She is the director of the International Affairs and Best Practice Guidelines Center. Heather, please, come. And I want to recognize and have stand up colleagues, Lindsay Howitt, stand up and be recognized, guideline development. Susan McNeil, guideline implementation, associate director. And Janet Chi, associate director, long-term care BPG program. She is in a graduation of her son. And Dr. Shanoya Nick, RNO lead scientist for their superb leadership. Shanoya, I don't see Shanoya.
Yeah, she's here.
Okay. For their absolutely superb leadership in working with their teams and the BPSOs. And it is fitting to have had representatives from all parties with us today, because recognizing its potential, our RNO Best Practice Guidelines program has received the support from all governments, past, present, and trust me, future. Which government is going to stand in a press conference for any of us to say that the funding is not there? Can't happen. So, to the credit of Minister Calandra, and it is the case, he provided a few weeks ago generous funding to implement the guidelines across all long-term care programs, and for that, I thank him. The VPG program started 20 years ago, and I want to recognize, and she couldn't be with us, but I want to share with you, because she did send a letter which I'm not going to read, Elizabeth Whitmer. Because Elizabeth Whitmer, to differ from any politician today that can say, well, we better give the funding because look what they're doing, she really, really had a wild guess of believing on us. And she did. And she provided at the time $1 million of funding that has grown significantly, government after government. Every time someone wants to be a premier, I say, do you know what's the BPG program? And then they say yes, and I say, do you know how much it costs, the BPG program? And they go, yes, and it's important, and we will support it. Every single politician has. But Elizabeth actually had the wisdom to open the door and to say, we believe that you will deliver. BPSOs, including the ones that are graduating today, are health service organizations and academic institutions that have entered into formal 3-year agreements with RNO, implementing in a systematic way RNO clinical practice guidelines, and they evaluate their impact on patients, organizations, and health system outcomes here and all over the world, 20 countries. Every single country where the VPGs have been implemented is the same guidelines, the same methodology, and the same outcomes, improved outcomes, whether it is decreased pressure injuries, whether it is decreased falls, whether it is increased lactation, the list goes on any single VPG and in every single country. And for that, we owe a debt and huge appreciation to actually the BPSOs. Because we could do all the guidelines in the world, and yes, they're rigorous, and we could have the best methodology, but it's the champions in those countries and their hard work, sometimes in conditions that are, quite frankly, incredibly difficult, and yet they do that and they produce results. We now have over 700 organizations formally involved in the program in Ontario alone. And when we say organizations, it's not one unit or 2 units or one program in public health, it's the entire organization. And we have over 900 international BPSOs in 20 countries around the world. And the thank you goes to, back then, Premier McGuinty, and consecutive premiers that have understood the importance of us sharing that expertise, that have never said, why are you doing work internationally? The opposite. But it is those countries that pay the bill, and it's not a bill that we charge because the program is free of charge anywhere that is implemented in the world. We charge commitment, we charge hard work, we don't charge money, but they need to cover any expense if they need any of us to go and train, or if they want to implement the program and have their own people train and do it with us via Zoom, they absolutely need to put the resources to do that work. And Leslie from Accreditation Canada, please stand up. She was marveling years ago when she was new in her position, and she said, I want to see that phenomena. And here she went with me to Colombia. And what you saw then and what you see now multiplied by 10. So Leslie, thank you. Yeah. It is basically a social movement of science. A social movement of science, because the model that we implement is knowledge to action, which is a very rigorous methodology of implementation science that is well known, but then there is the model. And the model is why you see every politician today here. Same model. Same model of Queen's Park on the road, same model as Take Your MPP to work, same model for a social movement of science. That's what it is. And that's why it's so strong and so powerful. So to my colleagues that are looking to us for fixing, and fixing we will, EDI, that is what we are building. When we met today with students and with the board to talk about 3 topics of importance, one of them EDI, what we are building is a social movement for EDI amongst nurses that no one will be able not to move, including RNO itself, all of us. What is special about the BPSOs is our ability to constantly learn from one another and to measure uptake and outcome success, and for that, I thank Shanoya again. In a moment, we will be celebrating our newly designated BPSOs. And before that, I want to acknowledge that we have here several BPSOs that are not being designated, but they saw that they wanted to be here anyways. They already are BPSOs, they are designated. No one leaves the program, only people join. So I want to recognize BPSO leaders from China. Hao Liu, please stand up. Chen Xiaoxia please stand up. Zhang Xun, please stand up. And Dr. Amalia Silva from Chile, my friend and colleague, please stand up. And she will be graduating as BPSO host today. At this time, I would like to invite any BPSO representative in the audience in Canada or international that I may have forgotten to mention. Please stand up. Any of you that are BPSO, stand up and be applauded. Let's now turn to the designation of new BPSOs. Tonight, we are designating our first cohort of 6 indigenous-focused BPSOs. I cannot begin to tell you how proud and pride both I am of working with my colleagues, Heather, where is Grace, where is Tanya, with my colleagues that work so hard, so intentionally, and so beautifully with our indigenous-focused BPSOs. And I want to ask Maxine to stand up, because Maxine not only is in the board, she also is leading one of our indigenous-focused BPSOs. We are so proud to have you with us in this social movement of change, and we are so thankful with gratitude for learning from you new ways of working too. So the BPSOs, the indigenous-focused BPSOs, are meeting priorities of their local indigenous communities throughout their journey, upholding local indigenous knowledge and traditions that have been key for them to promote health and healing. In addition to them, we are designating 2 hospitals and 10 long-term care homes in Ontario. For that, I want to thank Janet Chi, that is not here, and some of her coordinators, and also master of all, Citlali. Go for it, Citlali. And we have now already over 100, I think 140, long-term care homes. And then, of course, we will continue to build BPSOs in nursing homes. But in addition, Rita Wilson and her team will be implementing now with the funding the clinical pathways based on BPGs across all nursing homes. In 3 years from now, the commitment we made to government, to Minister Calandra, is that we will have a minimum of 350 of the nursing homes using the clinical pathways that RNO has worked on with point-click care. So let's have a look at the graduates in action. So first, as I mentioned to you, our inaugural Indigenous Focus BPSOs, Anishinaabe Muskaki, please come. She wants here. We are good with, yeah? Come. Give me which? Shagamik Community Health Center. They want from the map. They want here because of the map of the BPSO.
Oh, the map, yes.
And Tani? Thank you. Tanya, where is Tanya Costa? No, she's here. But we need her. Okay. Mama Wei, Widok Daming. Now, my friend will help me after that to learn how to pronounce better. Indigenous Interprofessional Primary Care Team. Maxine, I need lesson. It's yours. You earn it. Ontario Native Women Association, ONWA. Perfect, that's good. Sandy Lake First Nations and my hubby. Where is Cheryl? Now, that's not my hubby, but this is from Hub, my first Hub fellowee, Cheryl. Here you go, double here. Seventh generation midwives, Toronto. Okay. You're not so beautiful. Okay. Oh, thank you. Bravo. Bravo. And just wait a few, 2 more years, Maxine? They will be the first indigenous-focused OHT. They were the first in the province, and they will be the first BPSO. So, in advance. Now, let's graduate our colleagues in Ottawa that have gone through, what should I say, not just the pandemic, the truckers, the fires, I don't know what else is happening in Ottawa. Come to Toronto. Well, it's not any better. Chio, and I hope that Alex came. Alex didn't come. My gosh. So you need to know that their CEO, Alex, whom I love dearly, asked me one time to go and sit in their emergency room and to give them solutions for what they had serious issues years ago. And I said, put nurse practitioners. Before the patient even comes into the door, have them outside, and you will not have the emergency room full. And he did. And then when we started to fight, this tells you how long ago, we still don't have it, but I don't want to say anything today. I behave like a lady. I did, but it was about RN prescribing, and Alex called me, he will tell you, and said, why are you asking only for primary care, and why are you asking only for long-term care? I need them at CHIO, RN prescribing. So he was ahead of his time and always is. Amazing work they do. The nurses and everybody at CHIO, they do amazing work. And now let's graduate Kingston Health Science Center, Kingston General Hospital. By the way, I know someone will be happy here because she also worked at Kingston as one of the first nurses that was CEO in a hospital, Leslie again. Kingston General Hospital. That was. Now, Ontario BPSO long-term care. Aon Long-Term Care has 2 BPSOs, Centennial Place and Moira Place. Please come up. Here, it's yours. It's not ours, it's theirs.
Was that your picture pose? Yeah. It's the hot.
Bremer Retirement Center. You hold it, it's yours.
It's yours. Thank you.
Now that dance was good, huh? Hamilton, Niagara, Haldimand, and Brand Behavioral Support Ontario. Hampton Terrace Care Center. I know, I got a lesson. She will say it. Mackenzie Health, Long-Term Care, Universal Care Canada. Neathview Home, Tri-County Mennonite Home. Primary Care Living Solutions, which has 3 homes, Burton Manor, Henley House, and Henley Place.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Not sure, but that's okay. Okay.
So I'll get in here, guys.
Yeah.
Crowd in a little bit. Is it okay if I stand behind?
Yeah, just to follow us back. There's no barricade.
There's nurses in
Believe it or not, that happened.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Thank you again.
Thank you, thank you. And the first specialty BPSO host, we are proud to designate Montfort Hospital as our first specialty BPSO host. Montfort has been engaged in the BPSO program since 2009, and I surely remember that, as a BPSO direct. And they were designated as a BPSO direct in 2012. Since then, we believe that they were doing so fantastically. This is why we come after some. And we offered to them to become a BPSO host. What does that mean? Specialty BPSO host for them means that they are a BPSO host for Francophone organizations here or abroad. So Montfort, currently is graduating as a BPSO host. They already have a BPSO direct with them, so they guide them with our program, with our materials, with extreme fidelity to the work. And one is in Kapuskasing, Ontario, and the other one is in Switzerland. Congratulations to Montfort Hospital. And I recommend any of you that goes to where Montfort is, you enter that hospital and there are banners of BPSO from the ceiling. I was so impressed the first time I saw that. like all the way, banners of BPSO. This is how proud they feel. Their CEO, another one of those CEOs, friend of nursing, friend of BPSOs, and you guys are remarkable, just remarkable. Yes, yes. So we also have another first. First ever for this program anywhere in the world, BPSO Academic Host. El primero en el mundo, BPSO Host, anfitrión académico. Tonight, we are delighted to graduate Universidad de Chile in Santiago, Chile, as the first ever academic best practice spotlight organization host. Designated in 2012 as an academic BPSO direct, Universidad de Chile, under the leadership of Dr. Amalia Silva, entered a formal agreement with RNO to become the first BPSO academic host dedicated to lead other universities in Chile to formally join the BPSO movement. Today, Universidad de Chile leads 5 universities in that country, 3 of which are graduating under Amalia Silva, Dr. Silva, stewardship as BPSO Direct in October. As the proud coach of all Spanish-speaking BPSOs, it is my absolute honor to invite to the podium Dr. Amalia Silva. Por favor, venga adelante. And I want to invite el Consul General en Toronto, the Consul General, Mr. Fernando Morales, to join me in graduated Universidad de Chile as the first ever BPSO host. Señor Morales, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. Señor Morales, quédese, venga mi niño. So, you know, I think was the minister and actually all the other politicians, and my grandson will be the first one of saying it's true. I have taught people that you don't follow rules, that you only follow them if they're real rules, not just wacko rules. So I'm going to spell the beans because I'm not supposed to say it, but I will. Dr. Amalia Silva is the first fellow of the American Academy of Nurses in Chile, in the entire country.
Yes.
And I had the honor of nominating her because no one else deserves that more than her.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if we get in trouble, it's me, because we're not supposed to say nothing till July. Un placer, quiero desearme Now, Mr. Morales, I know you are not supposed to be political because Council Generals are never done. Actually, the embajador in Chile, when I was there, asked me if I was dressed in red and white and with shoes also, that they were red and white, to signing a new agreement. And he asked me if that was a political statement. And I said, Mr. God, don't you know that the flag of Canada is red and white? And that's actually why I was with that. But what I was going to say that the current president of Chile is a very, very big environmentalist. And he and Prime Minister Trudeau recently met exactly about that, about the environment. They also met about indigenous peoples because they have a lot in common about that too. So watch it, because good things may be happening that will impact us the same as good things for us that can impact. It's one world at the end. Whether it's the environment or whether it's anything else, it's one world we live in. So, colleagues, let's now thank very much our colleagues, and we do have a video of Universidad de Chile with their BPSOs that we would like you to watch. And I do need to say thank you to Raulito. Raulito, stand up. Raul Pinto is my right hand and left hand on all that has to do with Spanish-speaking BPSOs, and he recently was with me in Chile. And my gosh, we did a lot of work, 24/7, but we also had a lot of fun doing that work. Let's watch the video of Universidad. No? No. It's on. Well, it's done then. So, Madam Presidenta, yours, please. Thank you.
When Raul brought me the chair, I thought, oh boy, Doris is going to start preaching. So thanks, Dr. Grinspan, Doris, for your extraordinary leadership of the BPG and the BPSO movement. I'm always in awe of the game-changing work that RNAO's International Affairs and Best Practice Guidelines Center does together with partners around the world and at home. We've just seen a sample of that work that is transforming nursing and healthcare through knowledge. For all those here and elsewhere, if you are not still captured by the BPSO craze, then we invite you to explore its galvanizing power as a global movement that builds collective identity through the power of evidence-based practice. Before we end tonight, I would like to remind you that our AGM meeting starts tomorrow morning at 8:30 sharp. And it's open to everyone. So we're now reaching the end of our ceremony. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. To our guests, we thank you for joining us and helping us celebrate our pride as we open the RNAO's AGM celebrations. You have all been a part of the accomplishments we've had this year, and we look forward to partnering with you. We invite you to mingle with RNAO members at the stakeholders reception immediately following the closing of the ceremonies with the departure of the processional. May I ask that you stay in your chairs until the processional has ended. Therefore, I now declare the opening ceremonies for RNAO's 98th Annual General Meeting closed. Thanks to you, to everyone for attending tonight. Thank you and have a good night.